Okay, let's talk about the Maxroll Sentinel leveling guide, which in my opinion is one of the worst leveling guides I've seen. Now, I'm not a pro at any other guides or any other builds, but let me tell you, this is not how you level a Sentinel, okay? This makes absolutely no sense. Now, I'm assuming this leveling is up until endgame, so maybe like level 60, 70. I don't know if it says it, but either way, you can change a lot of these while you're leveling, so it doesn't matter too much. However, just viewing this, Vengeance instead of Rive, I already know this is stupid. Okay, Volatile Reversal, I would not use this, I would use Lunge. Volatile Reversal is too annoying, especially if you're a newbie. Abyssal Rifts, honestly, you can have it, but you will never use it, and Anomaly is actually a good choice. But let's go over like the beginning levels, right? So let's go over like the first 8 points. Now, in my opinion, I go with 5 and then 3 into Armor Clad, but honestly, doesn't matter. 8 points to Juggernaut is fine, and then I would actually only go for 2 points in Armor Clad because I want 5 points in Valiant Charge. Why do I want 5 points in Valiant Charge? Not so much because of the HP, but because I want to travel more. I want to kill and go to the next group as fast as possible. So I want to have 30% reduced cooldown on my traversal skills. This one, I have no complaints. Time and Faith, that's good. Next, points. Bro, what are you even talking about? Temporal Corruption, you must be out of your fucking mind. What you're doing next is 5 points into Defiance. Why? Because Healing Hands is busted. You want to go for Healing Hands as fast as possible because Healing Hands does a shit ton of damage and healing, and you will never die if you have Healing Hands. After you're getting Healing Hands, do you know what you want to do? You want to actually get to 25 points. Why? Because you want to get to Blade Master, because that's 30% more attack speed. Also, by the way, we are not using Vengeance, we're using Rive, which is what they're suggesting here at the beginning of the guide somewhere. Look at this, Rive and Lunge. Why would you ever change away from Rive? Let me show you something, okay? Bro, no way, where is it? Here we go. Look at this, Rive, even though it's 10. First 5 points, 40% attack speed. Healing Hands, 100% chance to cast Healing Hands when you auto-attack. What does this do? Healing Hands does damage. Holy shit. What is the combination? If you attack super fast...
I cannot do that.
Let me show you. So I'm not in I'm in a town, so... I wish I was in the arena, it would be easier to show you. If I attack super fast, this is, by the way, a two-handed sword, so it's not even like maxed out. Like I'm gonna change to a one-handed sword, but it has no plus increased attack speed. What is my current attack speed? 69%, 70%. I got super lucky on my gloves, sure. Okay, 70% plus 40% from Rive. Look at this. Look at this attack speed. Are you telling me I'm supposed to go with Vengeance? I'm supposed to go with this shit? Are you crazy? First of all, I have way more range with Rive. Second of all, Rive has a pull, so even if you're not in range, if I'm here and the monster is here, it will get pulled to me, so I don't even have to move most of the time. I can just charge into something and then I can Rive it, okay? Using Vengeance at any point in the early game is stupid as shit. Oh, but it does... But when you use it, you take less damage. Who cares if you take less damage if you're healing for so much? Who cares if you're taking less damage? Now, funny enough, I made a build guide of like a simple brain-dead Sentinel leveling guides, and in that guide I was using Vengeance. And yes, Vengeance is viable, but it is nowhere near as easy and brain-dead and useful as Rive because of literally just the attack speed. Nothing else really matters. You just want to hit fast to proc Healing Hands because then you won't die. And Rive just has better range and it's gonna do basically the same amount of damage, if not more, than, what's it called? Than Vengeance. Okay? Usually Rive does more damage because that's an actual DPS ability. Vengeance is just like, it's a tank ability, but like At no point do I recommend using Vengeance over Rive unless you just, for some reason, just want to be extra super safe playing hardcore, then maybe. But softcore, bro, Rive, 100% of the time you can tank everything anyways. Okay, let's go over the rest of the guide because, oh my god, man, this pissed me off so much when I saw this shit. Okay, so we already figured out that they made massive mistakes early on. Great. Okay. So here are the abilities again. 3 points into attack speed. 3 points. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's even look. Let's see. How do they even start? Okay, so Rive. Even if, let's say, I was going for Rive, double repose first, then Dark Duelist. Think about this way. Rive is a low-level ability. You're using it at a low level. In what fucking world does 20% increase damage when you're doing maybe like 100 to 200 damage a swing, maybe 400? Would 200%, with 20% increased damage be justified versus attack speed? It makes absolutely no sense. Attack speed all the way, especially because you're using Healing Hands, which procs with your attacks. I don't know why it's 1 out of 4 here. Oh my god. What am I even looking at? What is this? There's no way this is real. Ward first into extra healing? Bro, whoever made this build, straight up trolling. Maxroll is straight up trolling. Are you kidding me? You're putting Cleric's Hammer at what point? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 at point 6 to 9. You have got to be shitting me. Why? Because you're not going to have mana? Of course you're going to have mana. You're using 5 points of time and faith. You're going to have mana. What the actual F? This build is so scuffed. Now, here, what are we even going for? What are these percentages? You go for flat melee damage. Obviously, you don't go for percentages. You're not a fucking idiot. You go for flat melee damage. Because most of your damage is going to be melee. Now, obviously, later on, you can switch it at like level 60, whatever, when you actually get the gear to be a caster. Like, if you want to be an auto bomber, yeah, you can switch it. But right now, dude, you're not doing anything with extra percentage. And also, you're probably going to need void resistance, physical resistance. Not 6 points in here, which, by the way, has void damage, so it's great. But I would put 2 points here, 8 points in Abyssal Endurance, and then 8 points in Void Blades. And after that, I'll probably like, do I want strength or do I want more survivability or more pure damage? I would probably go 10, 6, 8, what is that, 24? Yeah, 24, then maybe like a point here, and then I'll like look at the rest. But like, as far as this goes, dude, what are you talking about? Future Strikes, Temporal Corrupt, and Abyssal Endurance 100% of the time. And this is only after you get 30 points here because of Blade Master, 25 plus 5. So that's 25, that's 30 because, oops, what is Paladin? Paladin, 5 points here, so that's already 35 points. Right, and only then do I start working on Void Tree. So that's 35, 45, 51, 59 passive points, which means you're about level 50-ish at this point, okay? Yeah, pretty much you're level 50, maybe 48, okay? And yeah, like literally up to level 50, this is your build. You are not going for anything extravagant right now. What is this? 8 points in throwing and spell void damage? Who, like... Why would you even go for spell early? Volatile Reversal doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Abyssal Echoes is like, it's not as spammable. Like, I mean, you're gonna lose all your mana if you do. And Anomaly is just a buff. What spell damage are you doing here? Oh, Healing Hands. That's where you're doing your spell damage. But guess what? Healing Hands procs off your Vengeance. You're not actually casting Healing Hands. So you still want the most attack speed that you can get. Why is there no attack speed in this build? Dude, this is so scuffed. Dude, I'm sorry, Tarek. I'm sure you know what you're doing. But Sentinel, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I'm sorry. Even if this is for hardcore, I'm sorry, I would probably go for Vengeance for hardcore and like maybe other like more defensive options than what I suggested. But bro, in no way or shape or form are you going Volatile Reversal before you're going Healing Hands. What? That makes absolutely no sense. Let's see what he goes for first. Void Rift on the reversal. You leave, yeah, when you cast reversal, you leave behind. Okay, so that is useless. Then you're going for 3 points here. So that is useless. Then you're going for 1 point here. And you with Volta reversals, just take increased damage over. Okay, so this is useless. Okay. Then, yeah, okay. Finally cooldowns. Finally cooldowns. Okay. Then, okay. Void Rift on arrivals. Okay. Then, what else we got here? 2 more points here. Okay, so this is, like, pretty useless. Okay. And this is, again, like, these points are, these is, like, the last, what is it, the last 8. So this is 12. So that means you're around, you're at approximately, let's see, level 12 abilities. Would that be at the end of this act, I believe? At the end of, like, Act 2, which is basically, what's his face? Admiral dude. Admiral Crabs. Okay? That's pretty much where you are. And most of your shit doesn't even do any damage to him. You're gonna be relying on Vengeance and Healing Hands for all of your damage because these... Well, first of all, you won't even have Anomaly at that point. Maybe Abyssal Echoes. And Abyssal Echoes is not known for its great DPS, especially early on. I'm sorry, this build is fucking scuffed. Tarek, you can do better than this. Honestly, I don't... Like, I was told this was updated recently as well. The March 3rd. Yeah, this was updated today. I'm sorry, this is a very scuffed build. This is a very, very scuffed build. And again, it depends on, like... I guess this is a build, maybe, like... No, it's not. No, it's not. Even if I go here, I was like, maybe give it the benefit of the doubt and be like, you know what? This might be for, like, if you're going specifically for what's it called? Like, a caster Void Knight, maybe, because, yeah, so it has a staff, but, like, what if... But this is the only leveling guide for Void Knight. This is the only leveling guide for Void Knight. And also, look at the... Dude... Easy gearing, I agree. Great survivability, I agree. No mana problems, I agree. High damage in early and end game. End game with this build, I don't know. Early game, 100%. Cons, inconsistent damage. What? Maybe with this build, yeah, dude. For me, it would be consistent damage. Pros. Multiple button build? Bro, what are you talking about? The other build, like just Rive and Healing Hands? That's all, your whole rotation. Pros. 2 button, like 1 button build. Like, well, lunge as well, but like lunge and Rive, that's your whole button. Respec multiple skills. This is true, you will need to respect multiple skills, but if you're already gonna respect multiple skills at the end of it, then why the fuck go for the worst fucking options? Heavy cooldown management, I agree. Not with mine though. With lunge, Rive, and Healing Hands, there is no cooldown management. Well, lunge has a cooldown, I guess, but it's like 2 seconds. I'm sorry, Maxroll. This bullshit is scuffed. This is the worst leveling guide I have ever seen. Ever. This might be okay if you got power leveled into like level 60 and you're trying to play defensive and you have like very minimal gear and trying to, but even then, no, I would go, even then, at the same quality gear, if I'm just trying to gear out a Void Knight for a specific purpose, I would still run Rive and Healing Hands. Still. There's the only reason to use Vengeance is if you're playing hardcore. And even that, I don't even think it's that good, because the problem with Vengeance is that the range on it sucks ass. I actually lost my Paladin because I was using Vengeance instead of Rive, because I was standing here, the mob was standing pretty much where the orb is, right? And I was trying to attack it, but I couldn't reach it. So I was trying to hit it with my Vengeance and it was like so far away, so I was trying like a bit more, and because I'm not healing, I just died. And I'm also not proccing Vengeance defensives, so I just died because I could not reach this stupid little gap. But with Rive, there's no way. Rive, because of the pull on Rive, because of this one ability challenge, if I'm doing this to this direction, mobs in this range, maybe even further, are getting pulled in and you will always heal. I'm sorry. That build is just stupid. Oh, that's all I can say is honestly, and dude, come at me, bro. Like, I'm gonna die on this hill on how stupid this build is. How not forget not optimal. It's so suboptimal. I can think probably of 3 different builds that would be better than this. Holy fuck, man. I don't know. This just pissed me off so much I had to talk about it. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.